Welcome back to our channel. I'm sitting here typing furiously at 2 a.m. because I just finished processing the latest day's spoilers and my jaw is permanently attached to the floor. Like, seriously? Blackmail with an abortion? That is so incredibly dark, even for this show. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you haven't caught up on the absolute train wreck that is Gabi Hernandez and Philip Kiriakis right now, you need to buckle up. Because Gabi has officially lost her mind, and I am half here for it and half completely horrified. Have we ever seen a character go this far off the deep end just to keep a man? I mean, yes, it's Salem, but this is next level. So let's back up for a second. We all knew this secret was going to blow up in Gabi's face. We all knew it. You cannot secretly align with Titan-DiMera, sabotage the massive Titan-DiMera merger, cause the entire Kiriakis family to go into financial turmoil, and then just play house with Philip like nothing happened. And the fact that she dragged this out for months of lying to his face while living in his house and telling him she loves him, I'm sorry, but Gabi brought this entirely on herself. When Philip finally finds out that his girlfriend is the literal reason his family's legacy is in the mud, of course he's going to dump her. What did she expect? That he would just smile and say, "Oh, that's okay, honey. I know you just wanted a piece of the DiMera pie." No. Philip is Victor Kiriakis' son. He has his limits. And honestly, watching Philip stand his ground during the breakup was kind of refreshing. I know some people are loving this couple, but personally, I've always felt like Philip was a little too blind when it came to Gabi. But this week, he finally snapped. He told her they were done. He kicked her out. He was absolutely furious and devastated, and you could see the heartbreak in his eyes. Because he really did love her. He moved her in. But the betrayal was just too deep. So Gabi is left standing there completely crushed, realizing she has lost the one good thing she had going for her. And what does Gabi Hernandez do when she's backed into a corner? She doesn't cry. She doesn't walk away gracefully. She schemes. She gets dangerous. But I never in a million years predicted this scheme. A miracle baby. Are you kidding me right now? A miracle baby. I've been watching this show since 2015, and I should have seen the signs. I mean, remember when they told Gabi she could never have another child after all that trauma years ago in prison? We all just accepted that Ariana was going to be her only kid. She accepted it, but this is a soap opera, and medical diagnoses mean absolutely nothing. So of course, right when Philip dumps her, right when she has lost all her leverage, boom, she's pregnant. And not just pregnant, but pregnant with a Kiriakis heir. The timing is so perfectly soapy that I can't even be mad at the writers for pulling this card. It is classic daytime television. Wait, let's talk about the May 14th episode for a second. Because the writers totally tipped their hand and I feel stupid for not realizing it in the moment. Remember that intense scene between Gabi and Ariana? Gabi was being super dramatic, looking at Ari and saying something like, "You are the only child I will ever have." The second a soap character says something that definitive, you know the exact opposite is about to happen. It's like when someone says our wedding is going to be perfect, you know the church is going to explode. So Gabi making this big emotional declaration about her infertility was the giant neon sign pointing straight to a positive pregnancy test. Am I the only one who missed that? I see some fans on the forum saying they called it weeks ago, and to them I say, congratulations, you are way smarter than me. Okay, back to the point. The pregnancy itself isn't what has me screaming at my screen. It's what Gabi does with it. She doesn't go to Philip and say, "Hey, we're having a baby, maybe we can work this out for the sake of our child." No, she goes full villain. She uses the pregnancy to blackmail him. She literally tells Philip, that if he doesn't take her back, if he doesn't reunite with her and act like they are a happy couple, she is going to get an abortion. She threatens to terminate her miracle baby just to spite him and force his hand. I need to take a deep breath because my heart rate is spiking just typing this. How twisted is that? How incredibly, darkly, unapologetically toxic. I mean, I know Gabi has done some wild things. Remember when she had the app on her phone to control Julie's pacemaker? Remember when she was torturing people left and right after Stefan died? Remember the whole Nick Fallon River situation? Yeah, didn't work out so well for her soul then, either. But using your own unborn child, a child you thought you could never have as a bargaining chip to force a man to stay with you, that is a level of emotional terrorism that even Kate Roberts might hesitate to use. Actually, no, wait, Kate would totally do this. Which makes it even crazier because Philip is Kate's son. He grew up with this kind of manipulation. He knows exactly what Gabi's doing. And that brings me to Philip. Poor, tortured, constantly manipulated Philip. What is he supposed to do here? On one hand, he is completely done with Gabi. She lied to him for months, allied with his family's worst enemy, and ruined his business deals. He hates her right now. But on the other hand, this is his child. A Kiriakis baby. Philip has always wanted a family. He has always wanted to be a father and have that stable life that he never quite got to keep with Chloe or Belle. Gabi knows this. She knows exactly which buttons to push to make him bleed. She is weaponizing his deepest desires against him. If he walks away, he loses his child. If he stays, he is trapped in a toxic, loveless, hostage situation with a woman who betrayed him. It is so messed up. Part of me is furious with the writers for doing this to Gabi. I've rooted for her. I really have. I loved her and Stefan together, and I wanted her to find some happiness after Li Shin and all that madness. And turning her into this desperate baby weaponizing monster feels like character assassination. But then another part of me is like, wow, this is phenomenal television because it is so dramatic. It's so messy. Who else but Gabi Hernandez could pull off a storyline this unhinged? She is fighting for her life in Salem right now. She has alienated everyone. Rafe is probably going to be disgusted with her. Ariana's already on the verge of hating her because of the Liam bribe stuff. Gabi has literally nothing left except this pregnancy, so she is playing her final card with everything she has. Let's not forget the whole Liam situation happening at the exact same time. Gabi tried to bribe Liam, he rejected it, and now Ari might find out. Gabi is spiraling. She is losing control of her daughter, she lost her boyfriend, her Titan-DiMera scheme blew up. This abortion threat isn't just a calculated move. It is the frantic, panicked flailing of a woman who is watching her entire world burn down. She is terrified of being alone. And yes, Theo Carver is trying to comfort her, but let's be real, Gabi doesn't want Theo. She wants power. She wants Philip. She wants the life she was building before her own lies destroyed it. So she is holding this baby hostage to force the universe to give her what she wants. But here is the million-dollar question. Would she actually do it? Would Gabi Hernandez really go through with an abortion if Philip calls her bluff? I am literally pacing my room thinking about this. Because on one hand, this is her miracle baby. She cried for years about not being able to give Stefan a child or not being able to have a sibling for Ari. The idea that she would throw that away just because Philip won't date her seems impossible. I think she's bluffing. I really do. I think she is betting everything on the fact that Philip is too noble, too desperate for a child to call her bluff. But what if he does? What if Philip looks her dead in the eye and says, "Do it then." What then, Gabi? Because let's not underestimate Philip Kiriakis. He might be a romantic, but he has Victor's blood in his veins. He could easily turn this around on her. What if he agrees to get back together, plays the doting baby daddy for 9 months, makes sure the baby is born safe, and then uses his Kiriakis' money and power to take full custody and destroy her in court? Oh my god, I would actually love to see that. Imagine Philip playing the long game. Imagine him pretending to be blackmailed, only to hit her with a massive custody lawsuit the second that miracle baby takes its first breath. Gabi thinks she's playing 3D chess, but Philip could easily flip the board. I know there are going to be fans who are absolutely disgusted by this storyline. Abortion is such a heavy, sensitive topic, and using it as a blackmail tool in a soap opera is guaranteed to ruffle a lot of feathers. I've already seen people on Twitter saying they're going to boycott the show if Gabi goes through with this threat. And I get it. I really do. It's incredibly dark. It makes Gabi almost irredeemable. How do you come back from telling your partner, "Love me or I'll terminate our child"? You don't. This is a line you can't uncross. But as a longtime viewer, I have to admit that this is the kind of high-stakes, deeply flawed character drama that keeps me glued to the screen. We don't watch Days to see people make healthy choices. We watch it for the chaos. And think about the fallout with Ariana. Ari is already a teenager dealing with the trauma of Sophia's suicide note and her mom's constant drama. If Ari finds out that her mother got pregnant with a miracle sibling and then used that baby as a pawn to blackmail the Kiriakis, Ari will never speak to Gabi again. Gabi is risking the one child she already has just to secure this toxic relationship with Philip. It is so incredibly short-sighted. It proves that Gabi isn't thinking like a mother right now. She's thinking like a mob boss. She treats everyone in her life like assets to be leveraged, and it is going to blow up in her face so spectacularly